So in this video, we are going to cover a boat access only campsite at Canyon Lake in Arizona. Now we of course didn't take a boat into this campsite, we kayaked. Now this video is going to be broken down into kind of two different segments. The first segment, I'm going to show you photos and videos and all sorts of cool imagery from our trip. And then the second part of the video, I'm going to go over logistics and show you where to park, how to get there, where to camp, and all of the detailed things that you need to know in order to have an enjoyable and safe trip. All right, so right now we are at the Acacia recreational area with all these picnic tables and plenty of places to park. And so what we are doing is unloading, and we're just heading straight up the, really up the river, up this direction, but across the main part of the lake here at Canyon Lake, and heading right up into that canyon over there. And then the campsite is back in that direction. What's that? All right, so here we are at the campsite. So I just walked up this little trail here, so you can see there's the dock right there where you can, of course, dock your boat or whatever. What's cool for us is we are going to be the only ones here tonight. We'll have the whole place to ourselves. So let's just do a quick tour. This is my first time being here, so you're kind of experiencing this with me. Picnic table, fire ring. Are some bathrooms, obviously, which is always nice. You know, I mean, I enjoy roughing it just as much as anybody else, but sometimes to have a bathroom handy is a good thing. So it looks like there's kind of spots for one, I see one campsite, two, two spots. I thought there might be another one. You know what's interesting? Oh, somebody left their happy birthday sign. What's interesting is when you look at this on Google Maps, it actually shows that these picnic tables are covered with like gazebos. And there, of course, are not any here. Unless there's some hiding. But I see kind of two picnic table spots. There are some other flat areas here. You could do maybe one smaller dome tent, or maybe even two smaller tents. And oh, and then here's another spot up here. So keep in mind, if you do come out here, you know, you're not roughing it, but you know, people don't camp out here much. So here's another spot here. I think that might be it. Looks like there's a cool little fire pit right here. So you could, you know, I mean, you could do, if you came with a group, you could have like probably five tents, 5-6 tents up here. I mean, that's crowded, but yeah, we'll have it all to ourselves tonight. All right, so little lesson learned here. I brought my drone with me, but I forgot to update the app. Batteries are charged, and I've got propellers and backup batteries and everything I need to fly it, but I did not update the app, and I have no reception out here, so I cannot fly it. So I'm doing the next best thing. There's a big mountain behind us, or big hill, I guess, more of a thing, and I'm hiking up to the top of this so I can get
some great aerial footage for y'all. Sorry it's not with the drone. I'm having to go old school with the iPhone. But it's a beautiful view nonetheless. Check it out. All right, so this gives you a good aerial view of the campsite. So if you go on Google Maps, you're gonna see that these campsites have gazebos, and they don't. So I don't know when they removed them, but they don't have gazebos. There's no sun protection or whatever. Just the picnic tables and fire rings in the bathroom and the dock. Either way, still a great place to be. You know, of course, we're on Canyon Lake, so there's a lot of boat traffic, especially right now, but I anticipate that as the sun goes further down and it gets dark out, a lot of these people are gonna head home. But so a lot of people come to Canyon Lake and they spend so much time on the water, which it's gorgeous out here. I don't blame them, but very few people actually, you know, pull the boat to the side or paddle their kayak to the side and take a chance to climb up these cliffs a little bit and get a view from a different angle. And this whole canyon is just gorgeous. And so if you come out here, you spend a lot of time out here, I just want to encourage you to take some time and take in all that it has to offer, not just flying around on a jet ski or on a wakeboard. That is fun, no questioning that, but there's a lot that this place has to offer above the water too.
So this trip has not worked out well for me when it's come to technology. Not only do I have issues with my drone, but when I got out here, for some reason, realized that my iPhone wasn't charging. I've got, you know, battery packs that I have that I can charge my equipment with, but I think the cable that I grabbed is broken. So most of this, you're going to see a lot of it's on the GoPro. Hopefully it comes out good. If not, my apologies, but at least kind of the logistics and the general idea of the trip should come across, and you should be able to figure out how to come out and do this yourself. So anyways, my apologies, but I've done the best with what I've got. All right, so there's some bighorn sheep up here. They're, you know, they're way up there, and my
phone died on my iPhone, so I'm using the GoPro. Hopefully in post, I can zoom this in a bit, but they are massive. They've got big horns on them. Then they're up this cliff here, right where the tree line, the grass line kind of ends. So like right up in this area right here, you can see them. I spotted them from the other side of the lake, and had to paddle over here and dodge some boat traffic on the way. But you know, there are so many boats out on the water today, and they just seem completely unbothered by them. I'm sure they're used to them by now.
All right, so let me walk you through the logistics of how we set about getting to this campsite and all the different steps we took along the way. So first off, where we went was at Canyon Lake, and Canyon Lake's very easy to get to. You can, Google Maps will take you it'll take you right there. When you get to the lake, the place that you're going to want to launch from is the Acacia Recreation Site. So at the Acacia Recreation Site, there's tons of parking and there's a lot of different beach access along here. You can park and launch a kayak pretty much anywhere along here. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Where we launched from was actually this little parking lot right here. It was very, very easy to get right down to the beach and get our kayaks and all of our gear and equipment and everything out there. Now, to get to the campsite, you're going to head across the lake and then head up the Salt River and head all the way back here as it winds around. And this is the spot that you're going to go to, the Canyon Lake Recreation Area. It's also called the Point. So you might see that somewhere as you're doing any kind of research online. Truthfully, I wasn't able to find a ton of information online about this place, which is what kind of really encouraged me to want to do this video. Because I think there's a lot of people that could really benefit from this. Now, people that have boats, they're very familiar with this place because, quite honestly, if you take a boat out on the lake, it's like 10 minutes to get out here from the marina. If you're on a kayak, on the other hand, it's a difficult place to just come out and kind of either just roll the dice on or just go and investigate just to see what's up, because it is about a 2.5 mile paddle from Acacia all the way back here. So I don't think that there's a ton of information for kayakers or canoers or paddleboarders for this spot, so that's why I thought it'd be a good idea to put this video together. Now, a couple of things to be aware of. There is a lot of boat traffic at Canyon Lake pretty much year round. So certainly over the summer months, I would say it's extreme, quite honestly. There's a lot of boats out here. We came in the fall, and so it had died down a little bit. But heading out on a Friday afternoon, it wasn't too bad. Coming back Saturday, there was quite a bit of boat traffic out here. But most people are respectful, and since we're kayaking anyways, we hugged the shoreline, and it was fine. Honestly, the wakes and the waves that the boats created actually kind of added another element of fun to our trip, so we really didn't have a major problem with it. Now, one thing that I'll mention is on the paddle back, it was pretty windy, especially as you started at this point here and started to come back, because I think this wind just kind of hits this canyon here and just starts blowing back in this direction. From this point here all the way back to Acacia, it was blowing really hard. So be prepared for that. Conserve your energy. What we ended up doing was we would paddle about, maybe every half mile or so, and then we would find a little bit of shelter in one of these coves, and we would just pull the kayaks over, take a breather, drink some water, kind of hold ourselves and anchor ourselves up against some rocks so we didn't get blown further back. And everybody made it back. We were just fine, but it did definitely take some strength for sure. Now you'll see in my videos, I did include a GoPro video of some bighorn sheep that I saw, and that was in this cove right here. I saw them just at the top of this foothill here where it met these cliffs, And as I mentioned in the video, I was having some trouble with my iPhone and my drone, and yeah, I just wasn't having the best of luck with my equipment while I was out there. But I did my best with what I had with the GoPro video, and hopefully you can spot a couple of bighorn sheep in that video I included. Now, another thing that I'll mention is if you look at this Google Maps image here, you'll see that the campsites, there are 3 established campsites. They have these coverings, these gazebos. And when we actually got there, we saw those were missing. So there really isn't anything covered there. It's no big deal. It's not the end of the world. There's still picnic benches and fire rings and a bathroom, so and a boat dock. But that's just something to be aware of if you are planning on having those. They're not there. We actually were thinking about tying our hammocks off to those, and we got there and those weren't there, and so we ended up tying off to some trees. Now, there's not a ton of spots where you can tie off hammocks. There's probably enough good solid trees for maybe 5 hammocks, I would say max. And that's kind of scattered all throughout. Many of the other trees over here are too small or they're not positioned quite right to do hammocks, but we were able to get the couple that we had. We found a couple of good spots that worked out really well. So that's it. That's our camping trip at Canyon Lake. It's one I've been wanting to do for quite a while. And I hope that something I shared here in this video was helpful to you. If you do decide to go out and camp at this recreation spot on Canyon Lake, have fun, be safe, and yeah, just have a great time out there. Thanks for watching.